Hi guys, Craig here from Out There Touring. Just going to do a product review on the King's 80 litre upright fridge. So if you're new to the channel, it's probably best to go back and watch my first video on the introduction to the Hilux touring build, and also the canopy setup and the 12 volt setup. Like and subscribe, and then have a look at these reviews. So I've had this fridge for probably about 15 months now. Never had an issue with it. I'm a fridge mechanic by trade and was about to buy another brand, which is a well-known brand. It cost about $1,600 and came for a 2-year warranty. I went and had a look at the King's and it's exactly the same. So I'm just going to do a review now on it, and I paid, I think it was about $850 or $900, and it came with a 5-year warranty. So my thinking was, if this lasts 7 years, I'll go out and buy another one. I probably spent the same amount of money as I would have with the other brand, and I've got a brand new 5-year warranty. So about the fridge itself, first of all, I want to just disclose that I have no association with King's. I paid full price for all my products, whether that be through King's or any other supplier that I've brought off. The fridge now I've had for about 15 months. I'll walk you through now the layout of the fridge. I've changed the door handle, it's an easy process, and show you how I've mounted the fridge as well, and how I've tried to maximise space within the canopy in doing so. So I emptied out the canopy after returning from Fraser. I thought this is the ideal time to do a review. The fridge is empty. I can run you through everything I've done with the mounting of it, and how efficient it's been. So I did change the handle over, because the handle would have caught here, or the door, sorry, would have caught here as I was trying to open it. So it doesn't open fully. Some people will say, you know, you can't get your shelves out. I've never removed my shelves. There's plenty of storage space inside. The freezer, it gets you by, as long as your stuff's frozen before you leave. You've got some tall bottle shelves there that you can just fold up and store your bottles. I run mine when I'm at home and not out touring on about 2. When I'm out camping, I'll run at about 4 or 5. I like, on the door shelf, you've got these adjustable locking tabs, I suppose. You can put your bottles in, you can secure them just to stop vibration. So as I said, I'm a fridge mechanic by trade. So when King's released this fridge, I was about to go and purchase the other brand. So I went and took photos of the other brand and the compressor, the layout of it, the components, the electronic board that's up near the condenser, location of the different components, down to the point that if you look closely above the thermostat, there's a green sticker. I believe that green sticker might be a quality control, that it's been checked before it leaves the factory. And the other brand has exactly the same sticker in exactly the same location. As I said, I've just returned from Fraser Island, and I've pretty much emptied the canopy due to a few things I needed to do. So it's the ideal time for me to show you how I've installed the fridge. Basically, I got this frame made up. It's 40mm aluminium tubing, square tube, and I've got a sheet of 10mm marine ply over the whole lot, and then marine carpeted. I've made it, or I got it made for me so that the fridge can sit back far enough from the door opening, and I can use the space underneath the fridge to fit all my barbecue cooking utensils. How I've mounted the fridge to the platform that I got made is I've just used these 90-degree brackets, and I've located them where the little feet are on the bottom of the fridge, just so the fridge sits up off the carpet and allows some air to flow underneath. I've seen in the past in domestic refrigerators that sit directly on carpet, there's no airflow because the weight of the fridge sinks into the carpet, and you can get mold growing both underneath the fridge and throughout the carpet. So that's why I've allowed airflow. So to secure the fridge to the platform, I've fitted a screw through one of the base plates that they supply you that mounts to the bottom of the fridge. There's a couple of screws underneath here. So I've just fitted the screw there, and there's also a screw in the back angle that's on the back of the fridge where I've secured it to the cabinet of the fridge. What I found is this screw here acts as a second door lock. So if you're going over corrugations, some really rough road, the door can't open itself because it gets caught on that as well. So you have to give it a little bit of help to pull it off, which I found to be a benefit. The door is easy to swap over from left to right hand opening or vice versa. It's just a couple of screws. There's 3 screws on a cover strip on the top. And then there's a couple of screws on the hinge bracket, both at the top and also the bottom. Swap them over. The door's already pre-drilled for the hinge points. All you'll have to do is fit the handle. So the handle's easy to replace or move from one side to the other. Just removing a dress plate on the face of the handle, a couple of screws, position it where you want it, drill some small holes, and then refit it. So overall, with the King's fridge, I'm more than happy. I was going to go originally with a drop down slide and a chest fridge. Due to the weight issue of that, I come across these uprights. Saved it probably about 40 kilo in total, and the efficiency of it, it's really good. Size wise, it's perfect. I'd highly recommend anybody who's looking for an upright, go and have a look at the King's. That was just a quick little review of the King's upright fridge. Hope you liked it and was able to get some information out of it that might help you in your build. Leave some comments, ask some questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Like and subscribe to see some more reviews and also some more content that's being released shortly. Cheers.